All right, now this last guy, we can actually break this up into two different integrals because we have two different things. The 2 minus absolute value of x, they're not in the absolute value sign. They're just in parentheses. So we can use our rule that says I can change this the integral from -2 to 2 of 2 dx minus the integral from -2 to 2 of the absolute value of x dx. Now, we can use a combination of the graph and an actual integral rule. So what's the integral of 2? 2x, and we want to integrate that from -2 to 2. So I take 2, plug it in, so I get 2 times 2, which is, and then I have to go subtract 2 times -2. What's 2 times 2? 4. Minus, what's 2 times -2? -4. So what's this part of it? 8. So I've already taken care of, by doing that, I took care of this part. And now I have to figure out the absolute value of x. So I'm just going to do a quick graph. Now, when is this equal to 0? 0. Alright, so it's going to be 0 here. And at 2, what's the absolute value of 2? So at 2, it's at 2. So it's going to do that. And at -2, it's at 2. So it's going to do that. So now I have two triangles here that I need to get the areas. Are these positive or are these negative? Alright, they're both positive. So I'm going to add them up, right? Now what's the length and what's the height? 2 and 2. So that's 2 and 2 as well. So the area of one of the triangles, because aren't they the same triangles? Alright, so I really have to just figure out the area of one triangle, and then what do I do? Yeah, I double it, multiply it by 2. So it's going to be 1/2 times 2 times 2. 1/2 times 2 is 1, times the 2 is, area of one triangle is 2, so 2 areas is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4. So now, I know I got to subtract 4, because remember there's a subtraction here. I figured out the area of the absolute value of x integrated from -2 to 2. So I have to subtract 4, subtract 4, subtract 4, subtract 4. What's my answer? 4. Oh yeah, you could have just graphed 2 minus absolute value of x. That would have been perfectly fine. This takes into account the rules, and sometimes you get a function that's kind of difficult to graph. Because that's what it's said to do up here. I separated it into two different integrals. Because you can always separate it if there are different terms being integrated. So I just said the integral of 2 and then the integral of the absolute value of x. Because both of those are kind of easy to do. And because it was negative here, I had to subtract here, which means I had to subtract there. You could have, if it was 2 times the absolute value of x, integrated from a to b dx, you could have made this into 2 times the integral from a to b of absolute value of x dx. That you could have taken out the constant. You can't. That's the only way you can't separate it into adding anything because you're not adding anything. but you can separate the constant out and just worry about absolute value of x. And then whatever you get multiplied by 2, you're good to go. All right,